Oh, look, a giant version of me. Let's make that a little bit smaller. A bit scary first thing in the morning. Good morning, everybody. The first thing from me, I got a bit of a cold at the moment, so voice is a bit croaky. Some free mini courses based upon Microsoft. And you can see here what I like about them, obviously, is just the time. Sometimes you've got 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and you're just like, you know what, I actually want to find out a little bit more about Teams or OneNote or using lists or Copilot. So I'll put a link in the description below. And what you can do actually is just say, right, okay, maybe I do want to find about OneNote, and it will filter the courses based upon just that. So pretty useful. The next thing I want to look at is a translator in Outlook. Let me just go to my loop and so I can click on it. And this one's called Microsoft. I use Microsoft Translator and Google Translator on my phone. But sometimes I get emails that are in different languages, obviously Thai emails, and I just want to be able to translate them within Outlook itself with one button. And Microsoft Outlook allows you to do that. But you need an add-on, and it's called Translator for Outlook add-on. And what happens when you receive an email, it can automatically detect the language and translate it into the default language that you selected, or you can just click on a button and translate and choose the language that you want it to be translated in. So let me just show you what that looks like in my Outlook. Now I'm using the old Outlook. It's not called Old Outlook, it's called Outlook Classic, and it's the same in the new one in terms of when you install the app itself. And so here I don't actually have an email in a language that I want to translate, but what happens when you receive the email, you can click on the three dots and you can say translate message, or you can see here there's a button which says translate message, and you can also indicate the translation languages. So obviously I've got one as preferred as English, but you can change it to be whatever you like. Quite useful. As for me, I'm just going to pass over to a video about Diffit. Diffit is a paid-for license across the school for creating resources based upon AI. And on the dashboard here, you can see you've got the link to Diffit here. So watch this video. There's some powerful new features within Diffit. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
When you create or adapt a resource in Diffit, it's going to give you a set of student activities that you can use. All of these you can swap out or add more. And once you do that, you're able to save that activity set as a template you can use again with future content. Let me show you how. Here are the resources Diffit created when I put in Causes of the American Revolution. But I know that when my students read, I'd really like them to read and take notes. I click Change Activity, and I can scroll through and see the different options available. I'm going to use this Read and Take Notes right here. And now the reading passage is formatted in the way I'd want to share it with my students. I also know with vocabulary that I want them to have a vocabulary list to reference and a vocabulary activity. So I'll go to Add Activity on the left-hand side, click Vocabulary, and here I'm going to add a key vocabulary activity. I'll take that and move it next to the vocabulary. And now students have a reference list they can use and an actual activity to do to practice the vocabulary. As I scroll down and I look at the multiple choice questions, I want my students to be able to answer and explain these questions. So again, I'll click Change Activity. It will show me different graphic organizers. Here's Answer and Explain. Let me go ahead and select that one. Now I want to add one more activity to help students summarize what they've learned. I like the Think, Pair, Share, but I don't know if I want the causes and effects for this one, so I'll remove that activity and click Add Activity, Summarize Learning, and find another activity to get students to summarize what they've learned. For this one, I want them to do a 5 W's using the vocabulary. Now I have the set of activities that I always want to use when I'm introducing a new topic to my students. In order to save these activities and use them again with different content, I'll click the gear in the top right where it says Settings. From here, I can add a new template. I've named the template Background Knowledge, Vocab, and 5 W's. There I can say Done. And if I go back to Start New, put in a new topic, and select More Options, I can find the template I just created and apply it to this new resource Diffit is going to create for me. Now the reading, vocabulary, the questions are all formatted the way that I want them to be, and I have the activities that I want students to complete. And of course, Now I can translate it into over 70 languages and re-level to different reading levels to meet the needs of students in my classroom. We can't wait for you to head to Diffit for Teachers and try it yourself, and then let us know what you think.